Welcome to podcasting.
For you new neighbors, don't be alarmed, we're Negroes.
Two guys and a mic.
What's happening, world? You all are not ready.
A little bit of sports, a little bit of entertainment, a little bit of comedy, a little bit of seriousness, and you got two guys and a mic. ESPN Page 2, senior writer LZ Granderson, thanks for joining.
Hey, thanks guys for having me. You know, the idea that, you know, friendships are a two-way street, and just as you want what's best for your friends should want what's best for you. Right. That's true. You know, but you're making a very, as I said in my column, you're making a very intelligent and logical decision in a problem that's rooted in the heart.
Two guys and a mic.
If you are driving under the influence, they need to snatch your ass off the road. I don't want you running into me, killing me, or killing my family.
And that ran.
Tuesday, January 27th, 2009, Body Blow number 84, the boxing show that goes toe-to-toe on whatyourtalkingabout.com. Welcome back, listeners, to another episode of Body Blow. And you're checking out Body Blow number 84, the boxing show that goes toe-to-toe. And you're checking out the program on January 27th, 2009. As always, the show is hosted by yours truly, Lance Williams, and the program is being brought to you by the whatyourtalkingabout.com network. If you want to get involved with the show, there are two ways. You can hit us with a phone call at 202-206-4468. Give us a call. Give us your thoughts on the incredible performance by Sugar Shane Mosley as he destroyed Jack and the Beanstalk and chopped down Antonio Margarito, the monster. You can also give us your thoughts on that fight or any upcoming fights or anything you want to discuss in the world of boxing. You can hit us on the boards at www.whatyourtalkingabout.com, and I spelled whatyourtalkingabout.com. After you go to the website, go to the pages section of the first page, the home page. Look for the forums tab. Click that, put in your register information, and get involved on one of the most exciting and dynamic boxing boards on the internet. At the top of the program, listeners, in the opening monologue, I wanted to briefly discuss two things. First of all, the acrimony between Top Rank and Golden Boy Promotions is incredible for the sport of boxing. Because those two promotional houses compete against each other and really don't like each other that much, they always want to knock each other out and knock each other down. And they have in both of those camps some of the biggest names in the sport. Just look at the last three bouts we've seen between both of those promotional bodies. We've seen Oscar De La Hoya, the bell cow of the sport, versus Manny Pacquiao, the new superstar. We're going to see Ricky Hatton versus Manny Pacquiao, and that was all settled as Pacquiao agreed to a 52-48 split where he's going to get the 52% and Hatton get the 48%. We saw Kelly Pavlik, Bernard Hopkins. We saw Bernard pull off the upset, and we just saw Margarito versus Shane Mosley, and we saw Shane Mosley pull the upset. So it's incredible when these two promotional bodies put their top dogs against each other, because we see great fights. And the world of boxing should applaud Oscar De La Hoya and Richard Schaefer and Sugar Shane Mosley, as well as Bernard Hopkins and that promotional body of Golden Boy Promotions, and Top Rank and Bob Arum for putting those fighters together and creating awesome fights. The second thing I wanted to talk about in the opening monologue is Top Rank should be very afraid of Nassim Richardson. Nassim Richardson, the trainer of Bernard Hopkins, was a second assistant for Bernard Hopkins when he was trained by Bowie Fischer. Nassim Richardson has showed that he has the chops as a trainer, and he put together 2 phenomenal game plans in pulling upsets for Bernard Hopkins over Kelly Pavlik and Shane Mosley over the monster Antonio Margarito. Lastly, before we get into the meat and gravy or the body shots or the body blows of the program, and it's appropriate that the show is called Body Blow, as Sugar Shane Mosley used body shots and body blows as a principal element of his strategy. If you're Margarito, it was a horrible night for you. Not only did you get destroyed, not only did your mantle of toughness get cracked by right hand after right hand, but how do you get caught with plaster of Paris in your gloves? Listeners, plaster of Paris, when it dries, it hardens like cement, and it would be the equivalent of Margarito having a brick in his gloves. This reminds me of the Bernard Hopkins incident with Felix Trinidad, when they made Felix Trinidad rewrap the gloves because they thought he wrapped them illegally and that his hand was basically a cast inside the glove. Basically, what this does is it draws suspicion, in my opinion, on Margarito's past performances. And I don't think this is over by any means. And it's going to be interesting if he is found guilty of something illegal. It's going to be interesting to see how Bob Arum deals with the Cotto camp because of the outcome of Margarito Cotto. And the question of, did he do this against Cotto? So I don't think we've heard the last of this. If something comes of this, no doubt Golden Boy is going to press it and press the issue and see that justice prevails. But again, the Cotto people may have a legitimate gripe, and it's going to be interesting to see how Bob Arum mediates the situation if something comes of the substance that was found in Antonio Margarito's gloves. But with that, listeners, we're going to take a break and jump into the main segment of the program.
What was it like for you to go in for the finish of that fight, knowing that it was inevitable by that time?
It was very exciting, I should say. I mean, I know quite how to attack him, how to get to him, because I didn't want him to lose that buzz that I knew he had after the bell ended. I said, oh man, he might recover now. And I knew he was going to come back very hard because he's a warrior. He's going to fight to the end. And that's how all us California fighters do. We fight to the end.
Looking around at this giant crowd of over 20,000 people, Oscar's statue out front. You think you belong there now? You're the first fighter that ever fight here twice, and you've done pretty well here.
I think my statue will probably be up there right along with Oscar's. Me and Bernard. I mean, we're both part of Golden Boy Promotions. Oscar was up there first. Me and Bernard can get up there second. Golden Boy Promotion team.
I asked you before the fight.
At the top of the break, you heard the interview between Harold Letterman, outstanding boxing journalist for HBO, and Sugar Shane Mosley. And before I get into my analysis, let me just say why I love Sugar Shane Mosley and why Sugar Shane Mosley is my favorite fighter. Although I didn't pick him, let me give you the reasons why he's my favorite fighter. It's this simple quote that he said in the interview. Quote, "I always go for the knockout." Sugar Shane Mosley clearly understands that boxing is a business. It's a business where you make money, you gain legendary status if you fight. This is about fighting. This is prize fighting. Boxing is for the amateurs. If you want to be pretty and just box, use the jab move, and do that type of stuff, stay an amateur fighter. But this is prize fighting, and the big boys prize fight, and Shane Mosley is one of the big boys. If there was any question about Sugar Shane Mosley's Hall of Fame status, he quieted all of those questions, and he cemented his legacy, in my opinion, with probably his best performance ever. I thought up until this week, if you want to hear the rest of the program, go to the website, www.whatchatalkingabout.com, and that's spelled Whatchatalkingabout.com, and download the program, or if you want to subscribe, please subscribe via iTunes.